Good afternoon or good evening or whatever time it is you're watching this from. Welcome to Monaco. It's time for the crown jewel of the OC, and it is one of the two races in the double crown of the offline championship. Good to see you, everybody. I'm your lead commentator and former Monaco crash here, Robert Ionescu, and alongside is a guy who hasn't crashed Monaco yet, Rahul Patel.
Yep, and I'm gonna crash anyway in practice or in qualifying.
Or in the race.
All three.
Nevertheless, we're here in the Principality, and it should be quite an entertaining affair. A reminder before we get this going: this is the last day for the Indy 500 liveries. So if you want a custom livery, this is your last chance. But it's time to get going here with the practice session here in Monaco.
Yep, indeed. As we look at the loading screen. And there we go. You
40 minutes of action, and they're underway. And given that this is practice, keep in mind there are probably a lot of chaos. But this will be a very, very entertaining Monaco qualifying because this will be the first qualifying in Monaco history where the spare car ban is in place. So if somebody makes a mistake, and they will make a mistake, that'll be that.
Yep, indeed. And
That is, of course, for
the
the
tech
qualifying
barrier.
session. It's not going to be a factor in practice. As Armarka, happy birthday, is the first one out on track today.
Yep, indeed. Of course, we are using the soft tires. Just, of course, we see Joe reminding everyone in the chat. And yep, of course, out of all the places, Monaco has to have the soft tires.
Yep, indeed. And Monaco is notorious for not having any real tire wear. Nevertheless, Armarka is the first one out on to the racetrack. And yeah, it is his birthday after all, but let's talk about his season so far. Apart from that win in China, I don't think it's been that terrible actually this season. He's done alright.
Yeah, indeed. He's had some high moments with the win, of course, and some lows with some shaky qualifying sessions, and also with the Portimao race he had. Um, yeah, it could be better, but given with the car he has actually, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, that's true. And he's about to begin a first lap here. Practice, he's got Red Bull coming up behind him shortly. And to Sandoval he goes, no heroics, not even in practice. Very tight to the wall on exit, but you gotta keep it close everywhere and anywhere. And yeah, I think this has been a quite an entertaining season so far. Obviously, we got Jake Galloway picking up that last lap win last time out in Spain after Chris Chatfield took pole position. So Ferrari are finally getting some good momentum. I wonder if they'll be able to continue this heading into Monaco.
Yep, indeed, of course. Yeah, Ferrari with getting pole position with Chatfield and the win with Jake Galloway, hoping to do on Monaco, which it could suit them, but then again, we don't know.
Yeah, indeed. Nevertheless, this is absolutely uncharted territory. Even if Ferrari had an advantage of slow corners in Barcelona, it doesn't really mean anything because they could still end up not getting either card through Q3. This is just how unpredictable this season, the debut of the fantasy era, is shaping up to be, as we got Evan Byrne on. We're on board with him right now. He
Yep,
unfortunately retired from the race in Barcelona after a little bit of antics from Christian Madrosa into the hairpin.
yep, indeed. He's having not the best of seasons, but I mean, it's not down to his fault because he's had some technical problems and crashes, which is not his fault, of course. And you could say he's
He's
been quite
607 in the
unlucky.
middle sector. Meanwhile, as Franco Gamba is currently fastest from Amarca and Joseph Willows.
Yep, indeed. Now Lopez was on top, but it's George Roque who goes to the top by a tenth to Lopez.
Mm. Yeah, indeed. Wilson goes into 13th place there. just behind Turnin, who appears to be struggling a little bit right now, the Spanish driver.
Yep, indeed. As Burton goes up to fifth, now Federi third, but was third. Now Patel is second.
Yep. As meanwhile, Byrne in 7th place, he's at pretty poor sector 3, I believe. Nevertheless, Rogue setting up the pace, and I think he might still feel a little upset over losing the win on the last lap in Barcelona with that move on to turn one from Jake Galloway. So I think he's already up to pace. He already wants take top spot here in Monaco because overtaking is so difficult. If you get the Tuesday right and qualify on pole, that's already half the way down towards the win.
Yep, indeed. I mean, it's a long season ahead, so there is time for Rogue to get his first win in Red Bull. But yeah, he could come back and try and continue on the title charge, even though he is slightly far behind.
Yeah, he very well may try, as Armarka is currently down on his personal best. On these tires, they degrade pretty much immediately, so your best effort will very likely be the first one. Evan Byrne, 600s down, or 500s down on his best effort there. Remains in 7th place, of course. And yeah, not much else I need to say. We already covered Byrne. Meanwhile, here we have Franco Lopez trying to make a move on that Williams into the Nouvelle Chicane. Struggling a little bit as he appears to have. Is that Rogue behind him? I think it's Rogue.
Yeah, I think it is. It is a Red Bull, of course, so it's either Franco Gamba or George Rogue. I mean, we could see from the rear wing because they do have different sponsors there.
Yep. As Byrne still a little bit down in the middle sector, but not that much. And just a small notice from Yuri, he's actually increased straight line speed to possibly help overtaking slightly here. I believe this is for all cars. Nevertheless, this should be a very entertaining weekend. Because you know just how terrible Monaco is for racing usually. So maybe this little tweak, and it is a general setting, so it'll be for all cars. Maybe this little increase in straight line speed could help out.
Yeah, it could, as Rob had a bit of lag
Sorry.
this side.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Lopez once again trying to attack the Williams. It doesn't work again as Brennan improves. He goes up to 9th. Byrne is up on his personal best actually in the
Yeah,
first
but in the
sector.
first sector only. Let's see if we can keep it up in S2 here. As he got Alfa Romeo and Lambo behind. He's down now.
Yep, he did lose. He's now 10th down on his personal best, of course. Now, not the best, but hopefully he can
This
try and
appears to
gain
be
some
some
time.
sort of long run here, nevertheless. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on this.
Yep,
But I want to see
indeed.
just how much the straight line speed increase is going into effect. So hopefully we can stay with a driver onto the front, onto the run to Sandoval. Maybe that could be useful to find out just how much these guys managed to hit.
Yep, indeed. As look at Marco, who has the Red Bull of Franco Gamba behind him, actually.
Not currently on an improvement is our car. And where does he max out? In the 290s area before jamming on the brakes. And he's gonna come into the pits this lap.
Yep, that will be his first stint done for now.
Yep, that's right.
Yep, as we look on board with it on with Evan Byrne actually. He's not improving, of course. Only 2 tenths down on his personal best in the middle sector.
Yeah, clearly the tire degradation already kicking in for the Renault there.
Yep, indeed, it is.
Car 3.5 tenths down in the middle sector, of course. The middle sector split is a little bit different from real life, given that this is the version of Monaco before 2003, I believe. You can tell by just how narrow the distance between the walls is at the swimming pool chicane. And yeah, on this version, the second sector ends at the exit of the tunnel, not at after Tabak.
Yep, as car comes into the pits, let's now look at Franco Gamba, who doesn't improve, and he is coming into the pits. Wilson a little bit shaky there.
Yeah, so it seems. Big
If she
moment there
just
in
about avoided,
Portier.
yeah, she just about avoided the wall, so that's good for her at least.
Yep, as she's still yet to get any points this season, but she has, I believe, equaled the score on the qualifying battle with her teammate Daniel Fraser. And speaking of the two of them, they're in 15th and 16th, one just ahead of the other.
Indeed, as Galois is coming into the pits. As now Mochin improves to go up to 14th.
Yep, decent improvement there from the Aston driver.
Yep, indeed. Of course, Aston Martin, they actually got good amount of points in Portimao, and yeah, it really helped them. And I think, and they did carry on and got more points. Well, only one extra point, 1 point in Barcelona, but hoping they can continue the streak of points going into Monaco.
Yeah, well, keep an eye out on that, of course. This track can be very, very chaotic. Even Kerem was able to get points. Not points, sorry, a podium here back when they were racing, so never rule
Well,
out any possibility. I even got P4 in the Toro Rosso here for crying out loud.
Yep, as Keepbuck improves, he goes up to 17th. Yep, he splits the two Hasses.
Yep. As we're on board with Hispanian, he is going to come into the pits at the end of this lap. That'll be his run completed.
Yep, indeed. So far in ninth at the moment, just 7 tenths off George Roke, and well, less than a tenth behind his teammates. So it's okay-ish for now. As Quad goes up to 13th, now Griffiths now up to 16th.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see if Roman Kwak can continue his brilliant form from Barcelona. He, of course, qualified a brilliant second, got on that front row, and didn't quite hold on to the podium, but he did take P4. So Alfa Romeo finally turning the wick up.
Yep, he nearly got the podium. He was really close to Jesus Peredin, who was in third, so you never know. Maybe 1 or 2 extra laps, he could have gotten him.
Yeah, probably so. Well, there's no way to turn back the clock, so he's just gonna try again this week.
Yep. Of course, Alfa Romeo know they have the pace, and they have the pace for podiums, and hopefully they can use it.
Yep, absolutely, as Joseph Willows is up by 2 tenths of a second in the first sector. It's the McLaren driver and Portimao winner, and the Federi has improved, stays in 4th, but that is a brilliant time so far.
Yep, indeed. Federi, I'm trying to continue what Krog was doing within last week in Spain, but you never know. It's only practice. We'll wait for qualifying. As Chung, was she that close to the wall? Yep, she was, but I don't think it was an error. But she is improving, so it wasn't.
Yeah, she's up by almost 10th and a half there in the first sector, so Chung clearly finding some good pace. Obviously, Lamborghini going to every single race with no prior data as Willows improves, but remains in the fastest. Chung is up by 4 tenths of a second. This is a massive improvement, and she is currently down in P20. Let's see where that's gonna move her.
Yep, indeed. As Sontag improves, goes up to 19th. As Carr improves, he goes up to 4th.
Yeah, good improvement from Mercedes. Quite a surprise. They're looking stronger than expected here.
Yep, indeed. But then again, it is practice, so you never know. As Chung improves, she's in the top 10 now.
Yeah, indeed.
Griffiths doesn't improve. He lost time in the final sector. Anderson improves. He's up into 12th.
Hmm.
Now look at Chung once again. She's 29 thousandths down on her personal best as Gal improves, but he stays in last.
Yeah, looks like she's giving everything out those stars as Chris Chatfield improves, going to the top 6 there.
Yep, indeed. Jumped up to 6th as Chung still losing time in the middle sector.
Hmm.
Ooh, that was close between the Aston Martin and the Mercedes. The Aston Martin came out the pits, which caused momentum. He had to jump on the brakes there.
Yeah, close shave.
As we look at Joseph Willows, he's down on his personal best. As Franco Gamba improves, he goes up to 7th. Now Galloway goes up to 6th. That pushes Gamba down in 8th.
Yeah, indeed. Willows, in the meantime, is about to be finishing his lap. Doesn't appear to be any sort of improvement. It is for Wilson. She's gonna be P17 there, just in front of her teammate by 200s. Meanwhile, Willows doesn't improve, stays where he is. I think he's just getting data. Everyone will be stuck with these highly degrading soft tires. Even though Monaco, the tires don't wear that much, if you bring super soft, not super soft as in the name, if you bring tires that are really soft, eventually it will add up, and over 78 laps, some people are gonna struggle with tire wear. As
Yeah,
Perrin improves to going to 11 fastest.
yep. As you look at Laura Chung, she's not up on her personal best, and yep, she didn't improve.
Nope. There doesn't appear to be a lot of tire deck as if right now, but there is some, we can tell you that much.
Yep, indeed. Now,
Keep an eye out on drivers going for longer runs. This could tell not just their teams, but also us, the viewers, quite a lot of data.
yep, indeed. Chung 3 attempts down on Roke in the first sector, but she was down on her personal best, and she's continued to be down on her personal best.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now, and Chung kind of dealing with the effects of tire degradation, I have to say, as we have George Rook here. Man currently top of the session, is going to stay there, of course, but he's not improving.
Yep, indeed. Of course, Chung, I don't think. Yep, she ain't gonna improve on her time, and yep, then she's coming into the pits.
Yeah, that'll be that run done with.
Yep, being only Federi in the pits. Which Chung is down on her personal best, but of course she is coming into the pits as Willows doesn't improve, stays where he is.
In the first sector, meanwhile, Willows, as the sector split is also different from real life, you don't have it before Mirabo, you have right down the round down to the lowest hairpin. Willows is a little bit down, and the run for Lowe's was a little bit understeery, so I don't expect any further improvements in that.
Yep, as Griffiths is in the pits. And some great camera angle. See the fans. Now we look at Jake Galloway, who is behind the Red Bull of Franco Gamba, who has an Aston Martin in front of him as well. We could expect some
Yep,
cues.
this is a little bit boring right now, given that it's practice, but Willows guys seem to have a little bit of traffic here.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, he's not improving. Now looking at Joseph Willows, 2 attempts down on Rogue's first sector. Q-Puck improves, goes up to 17th. There's now De Rosa improves, he goes up to 14th.
Yep, Willows on board with him for another lap. He won't be improving anytime soon. As we have Jake Galloway stuck in a little bit of traffic, and I wonder how easy or how difficult passing here really is. The straight line speed boost is already into effect, so we'll keep an eye out on that. Yellow is struggling a little bit to follow, but he is following a Red Bull, and I don't believe there's any tire advantage, so of course the racing is not so easy when you're on the same tires as somebody else. But yeah, Jake Galloway currently not down by a whole lot, so there's that.
Yep, indeed. Goes for Raskas. As the Red Bull is coming in, that is Franco Gamba. Now for Anthony Nose. Out to the start finish straight. And of course, he doesn't improve, does a 1 minute 11.8. Of course, he's continuing on. See what he does in the first sector. He's 93 thousandths down on the first sector on his personal best. And we look at Quag, he's up on his personal best by 38 thousandths.
Yep, let's see if he can keep that improvement extending the tunnel. He can by 900 of a second there. So I believe this could get him a place or two. Depends on how well he can hook up that sector free. As Jake Galloway, looks like the Red Bull that was holding him up is pitted. Chung improves. Every place she goes. Galloway stays where he is. No improvement there.
And he's coming into the pits. And Quag improves, goes up to 14th. Then looking at Jake Galloway. Now we're looking back at Roman Quag, who is also coming into the pits. And he has the other Ferrari of Chris Chatfield in front of him. That's now Ricciardo, who's coming into the pits. There he
Yep.
goes.
Yeah, sorry. I know the intent behind increasing the practice length, but for Monaco, it is a little boring, isn't it?
Yep, indeed, but we do have to. We do have a lot to talk about sometimes, but
Well,
yeah.
yeah, that is true.
As you look at Chatford, who is up on this personal best, he's only 24 thousandths down on Roke in the first sector. Let's see if he can keep this up. He head to the middle sector. 54 thousandths down on Roke, but he is still up on his personal best.
This could be a good one.
Yeah, indeed.
Obviously, no updates until the checkered flag. It's looking like a good lap here. Hooked up the swimming pool section nicely. Now in towards Rascal's very narrow approach. You can see just so much mechanical grip in the Ferrari. As Chris Sheffield will cross the line, let's see what lap he's going to set. It's going for third.
Yeah, indeed. Battle up for him. And showing the promising signs for Ferrari at this track. Hopefully they can keep it up
Yeah,
for qualifying.
absolutely right.
And now he is down on his personal best as Gale comes out the pits, compromising the Haas. Don't know which one is it. Chatford again not improving. As Franco Gamba improves, he splits the Mercs, goes up to 5th.
Decent improvement there, but he's still just a little bit off his teammate George Rook, and here in Monaco, a tenth and a half means the world.
Yep.
Given just how short the track is.
Yep, indeed.
Either way, here comes Chatfield finishing his second lap in a row, and 2.5 times down. Compared to last lap, of course, which was his best, so that's a deck right there.
Yep. Get rid of the first sector again, and he's 83 thousandths down the first sector.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be losing that much in S1. It's mainly 2 and 3 where the deficit is. Actually, looks like it's mainly 3.
Yep, indeed. Of course, he's still down in the middle sector.
Let's see how much he's lost this time.
Yep. And he's 3 times down his personal best.
He's only lost half time from the previous lap, so that's actually very interesting.
Yep,
He was 2 times better
indeed.
than I expected. Nevertheless, Chris Chatfield clearly on a long run right now as the Rosta is being impeded massively by that Williams, so I think it's Jamie Griffiths. That could very well be wrong.
Yep, I think, yeah, traffic will be a key part for qualifying, of course, even with the mistake rate and the spare car ban. So, yeah, it's important to get a clean lap.
Absolutely right, and looks like Chatfield is actually keeping pace to his previous best. He's not lost this much this time. I think he's actually doing better than his previous lap.
Yep, indeed, as
Bird
well.
improves, goes up to 10th meanwhile.
Yep.
Looks like Chaffee will be catching up to Bernian and to the Mercedes. Meanwhile, in front is Bernian. He's quite desperately trying to get past, and only 100 slower than his previous lap. So Chris Chatfield really not suffering from much deck at all here.
Yep, indeed.
Inconsistent, and with tires that wear down like this, that's a very good skill. I think that could help him a lot on race day. And as I say that, he's lost time for the first sector. Now, the lap times are going to be irrelevant because he's going to hit traffic.
Yep. Catching up to Pernin and the Mercedes. I think that is that. Yeah, that's Lopez, and he's actually coming in to the pits. There's De Rosa and Percy goes up to 13th. As Kipuk actually came out just behind the Red Bull. Actually, it could be both. It's actually both Red Bulls he's behind as well. Chapo doesn't
Yeah, that's
improve, and
right.
he's coming in.
So that'll be this for the long run done for. But I think Ferraris have picked up some very useful data could help them in some setup tweaks, of course. There is no Park Fermi rules, so you can change the setup from qualifying to race, but obviously getting as much data as possible is a good thing. Students down on Rock in the first sector is Chris Chatfield. Obviously irrelevant though, since he's coming into the pits. But these cars don't appear to be too terrible at following.
Yeah.
Was there an improvement I saw there, or because I thought my screen flashed green for a second? No, I don't think anybody improved.
Yep. As Pernin improves, he goes up to 10th.
Yep, indeed.
9 minutes to go. Kipuk again down on his personal best, only by just over a tenth.
Yep, let's see how well he's doing when we get to a checkered flag. AlphaTauri, we can talk talk about them a little bit if you want, but we've already said this so many times. This has been the worst season ever for the Italian team. Never mind the rebranding to AlphaTauri. I've never seen them this slow.
Yep, indeed. Of course. We can't count 2014, of course. They had the quicker car than K2 and Marussia and Sauber, but they did finish, I think they did finish last in the standings as well that year, but of course we can't count that.
Well, obviously
Yeah,
it wasn't because they had a bad car or anything. It was just luck didn't go their way.
yeah, they couldn't take the chances, of course. But yeah, this one, the car's not been the best, and I do really expect them to struggle knowing that their car's not that draggy.
Hmm.
As Griffiths improves, he goes up to 14th. So I could expect the Williams to do well because they have a draggy car. So it could go well for them.
Yeah, that might very well be true. As David Kipok is about to finish his lap. Obviously not gonna improve, but we're gonna stick on board with him.
And yep, he doesn't improve.
Quite a way down, but qualifying is another thing, so I'm sure he's got full focus on that. As for the race, There is only one piece of advice I can give the drivers, all than you. Just don't crash. And if you don't crash, you might be able to get a good haul of points. That's it.
Yeah, just like that. Just don't crash. Now Wilson. Oh, she lost her front wing. A piece of her front wing has gone off.
Oh, how did that happen? Must have been in the
Uh,
casino square. Let's see. For Massenet. Oh, she just understeered and broke it on the bump. For
yeah,
casino.
put on the bump.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a very strange accident.
yeah, indeed. I
I
mean,
don't
she's
think
lucky she didn't go into the wall. So yeah,
the Lamborghini was lucky not to collect the debris. Meanwhile, because usually the drivers in real life avoid that bump at Mirabeau, but Laura Chung didn't avoid it. She went straight to the left side of the track, and because she did, she was able to avoid the debris. If she went the race on the racing line used in real life, she would have definitely been uh, wouldn't go so short, having hit that debris. But thankfully, she didn't hit it. Meanwhile, Evan Burton has just gone out on track, right behind that McLaren.
I think that McLaren is De Rosa. I think I can tell from the helmet.
He won't be happy with that.
Skate Park is coming in. Of course, he's not improving. In the first sector, Willows improves. He goes up to ninth. Should I say? Yep, he goes up to ninth.
Decent improvement, but I think he's expecting more of himself. As meanwhile, Kipok is still down. He's coming to the pits either way. His session is not done yet, but doesn't have a lot left.
Yep, we only have like 5 minutes to go. Chung, she's not on an improvement. She's down in the middle sector. As that's Franco Gambo who's improved. He goes up to second place. Now it's a Red Bull 1 and 2.
Very decent there. And Red Bull have had the fastest car for most this season, so you expect them to be at the top. And now in practice might not mean much, but statement of intent really from the Austrian team.
Yep, indeed. So, as Fraser improves, he's up to 13th.
Hmm.
Now Anderson's up to 13th.
Yeah.
Chung way down on a personal best.
And she's under a heap of pressure from that Ferrari behind, as Aaron Burton has improved, gonna be 12th place, very close to his teammate Hesperian. But Renault, we've seen this in Portugal. They're struggling a lot in practice here. In Portugal, they did take a front row lockout though, so just because they did bad in practice, don't underestimate them and don't count them out.
Yep, indeed.
Chung doesn't improve. What about that Ferrari? He doesn't improve either. Of Chris Chatfield, of course, that Ferrari is because Galloway is in the pits.
Yep, as we have 3 minutes to go. Just less than 3 minutes to go, actually.
Yep, and this practice session is almost done, and thank goodness it's almost time for qualifying.
Yep, indeed. It's pretty much the show we've been waiting for. Pretty much the excitement, the hype.
Yeah, indeed. And then the chaos tomorrow.
Half and off, yeah.
pretty much, as Archung. 9 thousandths down on the leader. As you have Amelia Wilson back out on track, and she's only 4 thousandths down in the first sector. This time keeps it all tidy to pull on, so let's see if she can find some time in the middle sector. The house driver currently way off of Daniel Fraser right now. 7 thousandths down the second sector. She's only lost 3 thousandths, but she's not improving as things stand, even if the deficit is this minor.
Yep, as we
Barry,
have
meanwhile, being
2
wheeled back
minutes
into
left.
his garage as Willows finishes a lap. Willows doesn't improve, 4 tenths down.
Yep. If you look
Griffith's
at
up
Griffiths,
next. He doesn't improve. Fraser doesn't improve either. Lopez is starting a lap as Wilson will be next to cross the line. Let's see what she's got in the bag here. If she can find any time and that's free. Yes, she can. She goes up to 18th in front of Mochin, actually.
yep, indeed. That's now we're looking at George Roke. He's currently down on his personal best, which is the fastest lap at the moment, and yet he doesn't improve. And now we look at Franco Gamba. He's not on an improvement. And stays where he is. Q-Buck's throwing a lap. Perinin. He's
Doesn't
not
appear to
on
be up.
improvement.
Seems to be it.
Yep, that would be his session over because he has the pit indicator. Same for Chung. Now De Rosa, he's on an improvement. And he goes up to 5th. Gallon Cruz goes up to 21st.
Wait,
Griffiths doesn't improve.
I'm reading a message in the chat. Wait, we're racing at Monaco. Bro, I thought we were doing Turks and Caicos GP this week, said Evan. In all caps.
Yeah. He was really surprised. Really surprised.
There's not gonna be an Indy 500 trailer this time, but that's understandable.
Yep, Rock doesn't improve. Byrne, he doesn't improve. Patel, he's on an improvement, but he lost time in the final sector. Franco Gamba, he stays where he is.
Lopez might be improving as Cupok does, goes up into B17. Good improvement there. Gets in front of Quag. As De Rosa next to cross the line. Checker flag is already out, so this session will end once the last driver crosses the line.
And
De Rosa, yes.
That was Evan Byrne, it was the last driver that crossed the line.
Yeah, well, De Rosa crossed the line now. He doesn't improve, no surprises. But what about Nicholas Gal? No, neither does he. You can tell that very clearly. Griffiths doesn't improve either, neither does Fraser, neither does Lopez. Federi starts the lap a little too late. The checker flag is already out, so that lap won't be relevant. Galloway doesn't improve. What about Marca? This could be a very quick one. He's up in the middle sector, and let's see if he can hook it up nicely in S3 and maybe get himself into the top 5. Why, yes, he can. He goes fastest of all. It takes it away from the 2 Red Bulls at the very depth of it. Mercedes clearly stronger than we expected here.
Yep, and Byrne crossed the line, and that's the session done. Car is top from Roke and Franco Gamba.
Yeah, Car steals it at the end of things, but let's see if we can keep up that speed in qualifying, because practice, it really doesn't matter.
Yep.